Hello, I'm James George, and this is Power Blogger. This week I'm going to show you something really cool that I didn't even know really existed. And I know this works if you're a MailChimp subscriber, or you have a MailChimp account for your email marketing. And I thought this was really cool. I wanted to share it with you guys. If you guys want to run a Twitter ad, ads.twitter.com. You can create something called a Twitter card where people can subscribe to your blog via Twitter. And I think this is really cool. So you could promote it and get signups, and that's really cool. I didn't even know this existed until just earlier this week. I was poking around in MailChimp, and I went to sign up forms. So I went to list. I went to sign up forms, and I was in form integrations. I just wanted to see what they had, and then the first thing that came up was add an instant sign up link to your tweets, and that's for Twitter advertising partners. And so they show you all how they go through the steps of how to do this here. I just thought this was really cool. So if you go to ads and you go to creatives, you can create a card. And so I've already done this. I'm not going to do it again, but I'm going to give you the basic idea of how this works. Create lead generation card. When you click this, you make it a short description of what this will be. And then you create a card image, and the card image is kind of strange. It's supposed to be a ratio of 4:1, which means like if you've got an image that's 600 pixels wide, it needs to be 150 pixels tall, and that's it. Those are the dimensions. You have to live with those. Thought that was kind of strange for the dimensions, considering that they have where you can just post a twit pic now and put that up there and put images with your tweets. I don't know why it's constrained to such a strange shape, but that's what you have to work with. You can control the call to action, like sign up now, and you're previewing this live for the whole process. And basically it wants to know the privacy policy URL for your website, and so you just your legal page where it talks about you don't share your people's emails with third parties and all that privacy policy stuff. If you don't have one on your website, Google that and make sure you get that on your website so people know about your privacy policy. Now the fallback URL is where they can learn more about your offer. Like if you have a sign-up page on your website that talks about everything that you offer and what you do and don't do and what they get and all that stuff, that's a great place for your fallback URL, so they can figure out what's going on and they can get the details. Because some people won't give you their email address without knowing all the details. They don't just want a bunch of spam. And so that's where you'll put your fallback URL. Now the destination URL will be where they will be redirected after they submit their email address. I have a thank you page on my website that when somebody signs up, it redirects to that page. It's creativebeacon.com /thank-you. Thank you. Creative Beacon, thank you. And so you would put that here. It's good to have a thank you page. That's where you could tell them things like, say, hey, you've signed up for my newsletter, or you're getting something in your email. Here's something you could do right this second. And that's where you could put like your Facebook like button and your Twitter follow button. Because when somebody signs up with their email address, that is when they are what you would call red hot. They're interested in what you have to offer. They've already given you their email address. That's the best time to say, hey, why don't you follow me on Facebook and Twitter too? And probably about 70% of the time they will. And so I've gotten so many Facebook likes and Twitter follows just via adding a thank you page. And so that's where you would put this. And this little message will be what they'll see after they submit their email address. And so you can say something like, thank you for subscribing. Your free stuff or your free ebook will come shortly. You know, that's where you would put this message. Now, data settings, that is where you're going to want this information. And they give you the email or the URL for this information and what you need to put in for when they subscribe, so the fields match up in, you know, because this is all a database for your list of email addresses. And they give you all that information. They tell you about the merge tags and things like that. And that's where you're going to put this URL. And then you're going to make sure that these fields match up with the fields in your address. Like MailChimp is email, all capital letters. Name, if you just want the first name, you put a capital F name with no spaces. I didn't bother with the screen name because if they're going to follow you on Twitter, they're going to follow you on Twitter. I don't really need to keep their screen name in my database. And add hidden fields. This is basically the hidden data fields, and you know, MailChimp will. That's where this hidden data value is, and you put in ID and then your key, and which is a big long string of US1 dash gibberish. You know, so you just copy and paste it. Don't try to type it in because you'll get it wrong, and it's just easy to copy and paste. And so what would you like to name your card? And that's just something so you can keep track of it. So like if I made one for Create a Beacon, I made one for Web Design Blog, I made one for Power Blogger, I would say card name, you know, Power Blogger Twitter sign up. And then it gives you this whole disclaimer, and you agree to their data use policy. Create card. And it's that simple. And so then with your Twitter ad, if you go to campaigns, it's campaign overview. I don't think you want to know my tracking or whatever. But basically, here's your campaign. There's the list of campaigns right there, just via campaigns. Twitter card campaign. You can see that it's running, and basically it's promoting my tweets, and that has that Twitter card in it. And so it's really that simple. And you know, you pay per click or pay per sign up, pay per action, and you're done. It's really that easy, and it's a great way to really generate signups and get your tweets and your links in front of a mass audience like the one found on Twitter. Hope you guys enjoyed this. I'm James George, and this is Power Blogger.